Gary, spotlight Maria real quick. She with my mom now. I want people to
Oh,
see her real quick. Spotlight her video. Yeah,
there we go.
There we go.
the two of them following orders.
That's good. That's a good thing.
So in
Okay.
case you wonder who's who, the one on the left is my mother, and the one on the right is my sister, and they're all the way in Puerto Rico. So don't say anything. That's okay. All right, we're gonna get going here on
I'm
spotlight.
gonna try to find you again. Here we go.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Today's going to be really exciting. Gary's been very busy doing some magic with the videos. And oh, Gary, I know you sent me that. Hang on a second. I got to look at the order of events today.
Yeah, that would help. So
Yeah,
you
that
don't
would help.
surprise me. Yeah.
All right, I gotcha. So to start the song. This actually I have to thank Steve Galloway. Steve allowed me to go over to his house and do all this concert that you are about to hear today. So thank you, Steve, and thank you, Gary, and thank you, Greg, and thank you, Mike, and all the people that are involved in this crazy world that we live in. And I'm very thankful for their input. And without them, none of this would happen. So I think it's 52 years ago. The persona of James Bond was created. And depending how old you are, associates you with the actor. For me, was Roger Moore. That's the old 007 I grew in. And I know a lot of you are the Sean Connery. And as you know, he passed away recently. And then there's Daniel Craig and I know the other guy from Magnum or whatever his name was. I can't even remember. But they're all cool in their own opinion, depending on what you grew up with. So I figure we start the concert today by celebrating the James Bond persona by doing a 007 theme song from any of the movies. They show up in all of them. So sit back, relax, and let's listen to the theme from James Bond 007. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. Wow. I love that song.
That's nice.
Anyway, and I know you don't hear a lot of applause because I think Janice has been always nice and claps, but I know you liked it. I liked it. So that's all that matters. Anyway, this second one, it's kind of you read a little bit about it. It was written in 1926 by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein, the second, based on a best-selling by Edna Ferbers, and it's called Showboat. Things like Can't Help Loving That Man, Make Believe, Old Man River. So I figure for today, I give you a little medley of songs from Showboat. And it was fun. Specifically, the last one is one of my favorite songs from that play called Old Man River. So sit back, relax, and here is a medley from Showboat.
Oh, that's marvelous.
I don't know, what's her name? I don't know if she was asking if she couldn't get in anyway, but we're doing okay. This next one was written by, it's kind of a story. You hear about families that don't like each other. Well, here's a good example of one. This was written in 1958 by Hugo Blanco, which obviously is a Spanish and is from Venezuela. And the gist of the song deals with making coffee, and he was so dedicated to this job that he couldn't even get a life. That's all he's ever done is make coffee every day. Well, when you hear how old he was 17 years old, and he asked his uncle to register the song for him. And what the uncle did was register under his own name. So he stole the song from this kid. And the story says that eventually they made no money until it went back to the 17-year-old kid that wrote it and made all kinds of money with the song. So it's kind of a funny story. I said sometimes families are just as bad as people that are not family. And it's called Moliendo Café. And in Spanish, obviously the translation in English is called grinding coffee. And that's what the whole idea of the song came about. So, and you'll hear, I mean, the song is very fast, and it's got this piano on the split when you hear me play it, and it plays a little bit on the top and then goes to the split, and kind of what an invasion of, grinding the coffee and making coffee for a living. And that's exactly, it says that the lyrics of the song tells of someone who, while grinding coffee at night, feels frustrated at having to work instead of having a love life. I'm like, wow. I guess I could say the same about me. All I do is play music and I don't have a love life. So I know, stupid example, but you gotta know my sense of humor. Anyway, so here we go. Moliendo Café by, what's his name again? Before I give him away, Hugo Blanco. Here we go.
that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey,
You're
guys,
welcome.
I think I was tapping my feet. That's what you kept hearing. So I'll behave from now on. Anyway, let me see. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I have to clarify something because I have a couple of comments here. So I'll make it a public announcement anyway. So I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, oh, we should do this anyway. Gary, I want you to, what I'm explaining something, you can pull up the video of you. And I know this is throwing a thing at you there, but
Okay, hang on a sec.
I'll take your time. So I'm going to just say some stuff. And anyway, 40 years ago, and this will make her understand why I said what I said. 40 years ago, I had, the puppy love thing that everybody talks about, and you during the high school thing or before high school, and you met someone of the opposite sex, and you start having, a good boyfriend, girlfriend at the age of what, 15, 16. I mean, it's a joke because now that we know how life really goes, that doesn't mean anything at that time. So 40 years have gone by, and you have children, and man lost the first wife, and as you guys know, the situation with me, and I'm no longer married. So I had this 40-year-old girlfriend, 40 years ago, and we've always stayed in touch. We say hello and how are you and blah blah blah. And so after I started to have the single life again, I had told her what the situation was, and some of you know the story. And the getting together happened through a song, and how ironic that is. And she had called, she was working on these lyrics, and I told her that I was working on a movie. And then she said, well, mine is about Vikings. Vikings, that's funny. That's the same theme that I'm writing the song for this movie in Los Angeles. So Gary got on the phone, and Steve and the team, and then we got her on the phone because she had written the lyrics for that song. And we did the videos some of you have seen, some of you have not seen, or we're going to show you. And then that started a relationship with this 40-year-old friend. And I just want to make it publicly known that she's actually involved with me. A girlfriend, the fiance, whatever you want to call it. But and during the surgery that I had recently, she came out to help me out with the surgery, and she's been a blessing for me the past 30 days. And she's back home, and hopefully moving to California in the future, January. That's the future. So that's being said now publicly, so that way she gets off my back and says, what's up with you? So there it is. And my family has known her family as well, so it's all good. It's great. And let me share with you what her name is, Tanya, and she wrote the lyrics, and I wrote the music. And I did the music without knowing about the lyrics, and she did the lyrics without knowing about the music. And very pretty, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So this is something I wrote about 3 or 4 months ago. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. You.
It was beautiful.
Anyway, so that's the story. I'm trying to get her to get it on the Zoom room here, but the camera's not on, so I don't know what's happening. Anywho, next song. Let me see here. Oh yeah.
Marco, there was a quick question in the chat about when the movie's going to be released.
Yeah, we're in the middle of legal paperwork, so it may be another year, maybe two. So everything in life, you know, this whole thing with what's going on in the world, everything's a problem. I mean, when I went to the studio to record a couple of months ago, and I was alone. There wasn't anybody there but me to play a piano. And the guy insisted that I sent him a COVID test to make sure that I wasn't positive. I said, what, I'm going to give COVID to a piano? Oh, you know, I'm like, oh God. Anyway, so this one, I'm going to guess because Carol, one of my students is Carol Rader, was the one that turned me on to this song. And it's called the Trolley Song. And I, you know, coming from Cuba, we don't have trolleys. I never knew what a trolley was. But I remember that Rice-A-Roni commercial, you know, ding, ding, ding. And I used to see that car running in the cable car, whatever. I'm assuming that's a trolley. And then they have that little, you know, that little bell sound that they make. So it's a fun song to play because all throughout the song, you keep hearing that, you know, whenever you see me on my hand go to the lower keyboard and I do those octave things, they're in 1, 2, 3, there are 4 notes. And they're trying to imitate the sound of a trolley bell. And what better title for the next song called the Trolley Song. So here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Gary,
Good.
I think it's just me. Video keeps freezing. I think it's just me because I went out there. Panel is also on the console. It seems to be okay on our iPad, so it's maybe me.
Yeah, I'm good on my feedback one here. So
Cool.
Marco, your lapel mic.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you.
There we go. Anyway, Steve, you know where she is. You can spotlight her real quick, Tanya. Let's say hello, everybody. Somewhere in there. There she is. Hello.
Hello, Tanya. Hi there.
Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. Oh,
Sorry, now.
Yeah.
I'm doing
That's good.
But she hasn't changed in 40 years. She looks exactly.
Oh, you sly devil, you.
Yeah, right. So now you know the rest of the story. So that's what.
Well, it shows on you, Marco.
What's that?
It shows on you. You have a glow.
Oh yeah. And no, we're not married. People they already started saying you have a ring on your hand. That's ring is to keep women off of me because I'm so good looking. I got to do something. So that's what I did. Anyway, such modest individual I am. Thank you for those lyrics, Tanya. That was awesome. People love that song. We gotta.
Beautiful song, Tanya. Beautiful
It
lyrics.
was beautiful. Yes, it was beautiful.
All right, so the next one, talking about a lady, and can you imagine being called Anitra? That's not a really nice name to say about people. And this was written by Edward Grieg. You can stop spotlighting there, Steve. She's probably embarrassed enough as it is. There we go. So this is Gary's favorite song. I think he likes it. I apologize. It's Steve's favorite song. He loves it. And it's quite the song. If you saw the music, my goodness gracious, it looks like a bunch of ants just decided to have a get together in your yard. And there's hundreds of notes everywhere. And mostly 16, 32nd, and 64. And there are, 1,000 of them. So sometimes I tell people, you want to learn a new song? Let me show you this one. And they go, oh my God, no. So this is, that's all I'm going to say. Anitra's Dance. Here we go.
Fantastic.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I couldn't move my fingers that fast.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's some people were saying, man, when you play, you make things look easy. Yeah, but not so easy. I just
No.
that way.
Hey, Marco, Mike just put something in the chat and said my organs never sounded so good. He's true.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
What's the name of that organ?
That's a Lowrey Marquee. And that's
Marquee. Okay.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So this next one is a medley of one of the most iconic singers that ever walked the planet, called Frank Sinatra. And I love his music. I love, he spent a lot of time here in Palm Springs. A lot of the great, all the old bands and people that were anybody in the business happened to spend a lot of time here in the Palm Springs area. I don't know the reason, but that's what happened. And to this day, there's still restaurants here that try to mimic the Sinatra, and I think that's not uncommon throughout the United States. But there's one called Frank's Place, and there's a guy there by the name of Frank too, and he does a hell of a job. So this is not every song he ever sang, because we would be in this meeting for 97,000 hours if we were to play all the songs. But these are big hits for him, of Frank Sinatra. So this is a medley I put together, and all of this stuff comes all from suggestions from students or actual student lessons that they do, and then I adapt them to me because I love them so much, and then become part of my repertoire when I play concerts. So here is a medley of Frank Sinatra music. Hope you enjoy it.
Beautiful.
Yes, love it. Oh, so
That was awesome,
good.
Marco.
Loved it.
Great, Marco.
You guys gonna like the last two. I left the best for last. This last one, that's not the last one yet. One more and then one last one. But this has a lot of close to home meaning. You know, my family, Tanya's family, we're all came from Cuba, and this particular composer has been referred to as the Cuban Gershwin. And if you know anything about that particular statement, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And his name is Ernesto Lecuona. The funny thing, you know, before this pandemic, I probably played about, I don't know, 60, 70 concerts every year, traveling throughout North America and sometimes Europe, but specifically the United States. And I would, you know, say, is anybody in the crowd here knows Ernesto Lecuona? And maybe out of the 70 concerts that I would do in 1 year, one guy puts his hand up. However, everybody knows The Breeze and I, Malagueña, everybody knows his song. So I kind of feel bad for the guy because, man, I mean, everybody knows his music, but they don't know his name. So that's not a cool thing. It's like saying George Gershwin and you don't know who he is. Well, I guess being from Cuba, then I do remember what that's supposed to mean, and that was a stupid phone ringing. Anyway, so this song, probably one of my most favorite things to play, and it's got a lot of guitar work, and you'll hear, you know, flamenco guitars and woodwinds and castanets, and it's my own rendition of Ernesto Lecuona, the song called Malagueña. Here we go. Hope you like it.
Bravo. Bravo.
That was
Bravo.
fantastic, Marco. Wonderful.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Loved it.
Bravo, bravo.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's do the last one. This is one of my students. Her name is Laura Young, and this is her favorite song in the whole world. She always said, "I want to learn your arrangement. I want to learn your arrangement." I said, "You can't learn my arrangement. I can't teach you 50 years of experience to do what I do. Well, can I get close?" I said, "No, we can't." So I gave her a version, but she's still not happy. But I don't know, one day at a time. So this we're going to end today's get together with the longest running show ever in Broadway, and I play this every concert I play. I know it gets old to a lot of you, but I'm the one playing the concert. I love the song, and it's called The Phantom of the Opera. So that's what we're going to end it with that today, and we'll come back and say goodbye and enjoy it. Here we go. Let's start with a little bit of Johann Sebastian Bach with a little bit of Toccata in D minor, and then we go into the Phantom. So here we go.
Very, very good.
Wowee.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yay.
A really,
Hey.
really nice concert.
Well, I told you, I promised you it was gonna be fun, and look at that, right, exactly on the hour, so.
Cool.
You must have planned it that way.
Yes, well, I wasn't doing that. We weren't supposed to be, but I'm telling you, man, I mean, I was talking to my mother earlier and saying, well, how are these people? They're in your house, and how do they do? And, she's very confused because she doesn't understand computer stuff. And she goes, how can all these people be in a room listening to you play? I said, Mom. And she goes, wow, technology is really advanced. And I said, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So even though none of us are having much of a life right now, most of us can't go anywhere, we can at least get together and enjoy a good hour of pretty good music and at least be in a better mood than we were before an hour ago.
Excellent move.
That's my whole idea of doing what I do. And we're going to continue to grow it and, put more stuff out there as far as educational stuff as well. So, well, thanks everybody for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks my mom, my sister, and Tanya, and all the guys that are involved in this very lengthy process. This is not a 5-minute get together by any means. It's our hours and hours spent preparing this for all of us to enjoy. So thank you to everybody involved. And I want to stop saying the name because they're getting the Marco. That's enough. Well, it's not enough because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have any of this. So thank you again for everything you guys do. Thank you for being an attendee. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it makes you happy and stay safe. And don't forget, next Monday, I do teach online, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 11, 12, 1 p.m. Pacific. No, Eastern.
Eastern.
And there's a seminar coming up for Lowrey products on Tuesday, the next day at 10 a.m. That's all that information is at the website at marcomendez.net if you're interested to read about it. So go in there and educate yourself. There's plenty of stuff there for being, a fun thing for you. If you're looking for something to do, there's plenty to do. And I do it every week. So if you're not joined yet, you should. A lot of fun. So thank you again, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Thanks for
Thank you, Marco.
Thank you ever so
Hi,
much.
Marco.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marco.
Bye, Gary.